We have reached the halfway point in the college football season, so it is time to give away some mid-season awards. Our analysts George Adams and Ben Naughton will be presenting some of the most prestigious honors in college sports. So let's get things started. Now guys, compared to last year, we'll start off simple. Which team do you think is the most improved?
It's got to be Florida.
Okay, let's hear.
They were a very mediocre team last year. They really didn't beat a single good team until Ohio State in their bowl game. As simple as that. This year with Jeff Driscoll taking over, while yes, they may be a kind of boring team, they're still pretty good. And the fact is, they can clinch the SEC East with a win this weekend, and it's not even November yet. So, go on Florida.
George, you actually mentioned my team. Yes, they're not bowl eligible because of Cheater McSweater vest, excuse me. But, I mean, they were terrible last year. There's two things that matter at Ohio State, winning championships and beating Michigan. They did neither of those. And they lost in the prestigious Taxpayer Bowl, or Tax Slayer Bowl, to your team, Florida. That's how bad they were last year.
Yeah, you know what? Two historically good teams, underwhelming last year, both picking it up this year. Number 2 in the nation, though. Got to give the nod there. But let's move on to coaches here. Who do you guys think is the best coach of the year so far?
I'm going to go with the West Coast coach.
Okay.
Mike Riley at Oregon State. Corvallis.
I like it.
It's very hard to recruit there when you have Eugene just down the road. You got all the athletes there.
All the track stars, too.
Track stars, too. He buys his team In-N-Out Burger after the win. I mean, what more can you want right there from a coach? And he's got his team undefeated and in the top 10 for Oregon State, which is rare.
All right, well, I'm going to go to Manhattan. Not the Big Apple, but the Little Apple.
The other Manhattan.
In Kansas State. I'm going to go Bill Snyder. He's, this Kansas State team was, well, yes, they started in the top 25 this year. They weren't projected to be that great, but they are undefeated this year. They beat Oklahoma and West Virginia both on the road.
Right.
So Bill Snyder definitely, and his team has only had 6 turnovers the entire year.
That's impressive.
So Bill Snyder, that's my coach.
Yeah, very, very similar picks. Again, two guys that brought teams out of nowhere seemingly. Both impressive seasons so far this year. Now, last one for you guys. Got to talk midseason Heisman. Who is your pick midseason Heisman?
Before Saturday, I would have said Geno Smith. But thanks to the Kansas State West Virginia game, yes, Colin Klein is easily my midseason Heisman right now. He has 10 passing touchdowns, 14 rushing touchdowns. He's completing 70% of his passes. He only has 2 interceptions and over 500 rushing yards. Colin Klein.
Yeah, but the thing with Klein is he's struggled against the only good defense he faced this year in Oklahoma. He really struggled. No touchdowns pretty much in that game. I'm going to say Braxton Miller, Ohio State. He's been a guy who's pretty much one-man banned this team for Ohio State. The only thing that could stop him and possibly stop Ohio State was the injury. He's coming back, though. He's cleared to practice and play this weekend.
Okay.
And the thing he doesn't have to worry about is a bowl game, so he can go campaigning for him to win the Heisman come season end.
You know, it's amazing. 2 weeks ago, had we asked this question, you would have both answered Geno Smith.
That's simple.
Completely changed.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens for the second half of the season. We have to take another break, but coming up next, Kurt will sit down and get the PR report on the Brooklyn Nets from our sports business expert. You won't want to miss this.